So everybody has at least one thing they're afraid of to some degree. I have a few phobias myself. I don't like the ocean because of Jaws. I was terrified of my organs liquefying with Ebola during both outbreaks, and I am severely acrophobic. Now, acrophobia is a fear of heights, and it stems from many things. Mine stems from crippling vertigo and an unwavering belief in Murphy's Law, where anything that can go wrong will, right? But despite that, I tend to put myself in situations where I have to face that fear. And, you know, that they always say, face your fears, you'll overcome them. No, that's bullshit. So it was 2007, mid-September. I was living in Omaha, Nebraska. And I just landed a sweet job with the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. They assigned me to a job site building a Menards, which is an enormous hardware store like a Home Depot. And the general foreman on the job had paired me up with an electrician named John. John was a cool guy. He was knowledgeable, he was a good teacher, and we got along really well, you know. He paid great attention to detail, he was laid back. We even kind of resembled each other. We had the whole electrician look going on, you know, bald head, goatee. Only he was about 15 years older, about 5'8", and quite a bit more rotund. So John and I were charged with installing the electrical metallic tube in the ceiling of this Menards, and that was to be the framework of the maze of wires connecting all of the lights and alarms and AC unit, heating unit, all the other electrical equipment you would have in a hardware store to the circuit breaker. And to do this, we had to work off of an all-terrain scissor lift 30 feet in the air. I was not okay with this. And as I walked to get onto this imposing visage of a machine, I began to give myself a little pep talk, akin to like, come on man, you know, it's safe. They couldn't let you do it unless it was safe. And that seemed to work to calm me down until John raised the platform. I did not handle this well. And I made that blatantly obvious to John by maintaining 3 points of contact to the platform at all times. And he tells me, man, you'll get used to it. I did. You just got to get your sea legs. Because it kind of swayed like a boat, you know, with any slight movement that far up. So a month passes. I've developed my sea legs. I've developed the trust in John's operator skills. And I can actually move around the lift pretty freely without having to maintain my 3 points. But the job, it wasn't coming along as fast as everyone would have liked, such as construction. And we were told to speed it up a little bit. And then how we were going to do this is we were not going to descend every time we needed to move. We were going to move up in the air, which I did not like. But John reassured me, you know, that you're going to be cool. They move a lot slower in the air. And he was right. You know, I handled it really well. Surprised myself. And started to relax. Everything was going well, you know. I was like thinking to myself, am I actually overcoming this fear of heights? This is great. And suddenly the lift lurches forward and to the right. I white knuckle the railing, and as I'm looking down at a drastic angle at the ground, I think to myself, you've really done it now, man. You are going to die today. And as the lift careens back and forth and finally rights itself, I look at John, and he's pale as a ghost, and just visibly shaken. But he turns to me calmly and says, "I think we should go down now." And he presses the button and we descend. So back on the ground, we're checking around the lift for any damage. You know, what happened? We didn't know. Popped tire or something. Under the right front tire, we find a pothole that was invisible to us from that high vantage point. So John talks to the foreman. Nobody's hurt, nothing's damaged, everything's okay. We're just really shaken. So he gives us an extended break to go regain our bearings. I walk out of the building, I go find a nice place to sit down in the shade, and as I'm chain smoking and getting reacquainted with the earth, I can't help but think of all the times people have told me, face your fears, you'll overcome them. But that advice almost got me killed. Thank you.